Forever. Dog.
Do you want me to put on my, dad glasses? Wait, I got this.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Just say it. Honestly, people have said worse about these, so
Now when you see people with that, small kind of shape of glasses, I feel like they're generally, predators of some kind. Do you know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously Mac is not allowed within 50 feet of a school, but that's the kind of dad Mac is. One that hasn't seen his kids in decades.
Coming from my son in a beanie.
You
look like you tried to start skating and you couldn't.
Well,
Never mind.
okay, and we're recording for real this time.
Take three.
Take three. Apparently, me and Mac are the problematic ones now. Ashley just cut us.
I just cut, and I did it sort of aggressively, and I apologize. It's not my point of view, but can I show you guys something?
Yeah.
I made a bouquet this morning because we talked about it a little last time.
Let's go.
Of course you did.
This is the bouquet. Okay.
Oh, it's
It's
beautiful.
so cute.
Okay, for those who are just listening, it's like white flowers.
Christmassy.
Look like they're
Yeah,
filmed
describe
on
it.
iPhone
wintry.
from 2000.
It feels
really
frosty.
see. Well, I can't see them.
Would you guys rather give flowers or get flowers? You have to choose one. Don't be like both. Pick.
I love getting flowers.
I do love getting flowers.
I do love receiving. I love giving flowers, but it's so special to receive flowers from somebody.
Can we still give other gifts? Or are you can I get flowers
sure.
and give something else?
Sure.
You can get flowers and you can give a Pitbull mixtape.
Ashley! That is not fair.
You're right.
You to cut
That was rude.
me
That was
not
rude.
knowing Pitbull's tagline to literally stop the
Tagline.
recording because it's too problematic. Well, you can make jokes about 9/11 for days.
It is. Okay. I
And
apologize.
neither Mac nor I have the ability to cut this recording. So
That's true. It's really only me. I hope I've made all the right choices.
Welcome to Chosen Family Podcast. I'm Alayna Joy. I'm your mother.
I'm
I'm Mac. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
No, go, son.
Oh, that was so stupid. No, go ahead, Dad.
Mac, go to your room.
Mac, you already started it, so finish what you started.
I'm Mac. I'm the hot teenage brother.
Mac is baby.
And I'm Ashley Gavin, and I'm daddy.
Yeah,
I'm in my studio right
Woohoo!
now, and I look phenomenal. The studio looks incredible. I'm looking at it in the.
I feel like your outfit is like the opposite as you could get from our outfits. Like Mac,
You
Yeah,
look
I
the
know.
youngest.
matching.
You look like our son.
That's true.
Little role reversal today. You look like our son, Ashley.
Oh my God, you look like our
reversal.
kid. You
Guys,
do.
Wait,
Don't
this is
embarrass me.
so weird right
This
now.
is a bit. I'm seeing Mac like dad.
Stop
like
embarrassing
daddy.
Do you want me to put on my dad glasses? Wait, I got this.
Yeah, do it.
I'm definitely a different kind of dad than Ashley is. But...
I think it's your haircut. Your hair looks really
yeah,
nice.
you got
by
a
the way.
very dad haircut.
Oh, I just got
So-
a cut. Thank you. How's this?
Those are less dad to me.
Really?
Yeah, those.
What are they to you?
I don't think I
I've
can
been
say
made
it.
fun of a lot for
You don't
these.
think you can say?
I don't think
Fucking
I can.
dweeb.
I think Ashley
Fucking
will
loser.
will cut me again.
Oh my god.
No, I feel like. Okay.
Just say it. Honestly, people have said worse about these. So
like those little when like not when glasses were first a thing, but like when I was in like grade 7, right?
Okay.
Now when you see people with that like small kind of shape of glasses, I feel like they're generally like predators of some kind.
Oh,
Do you know
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so thin little glasses are back in. Teeny tiny little glasses are back in.
Well, yeah, but as
No.
sunglasses,
Wait,
sure.
are they?
But
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah, a
like
little bit.
clear glasses, I feel like I see someone wearing those and I'm like, you frighten me.
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously Mac is not allowed within 50 feet of a school, but
That's the kind of dad Mac is.
that's the kind of that's the kind of dad Mac is. One that hasn't seen his kids in decades. That's the kind of
guys,
dad
this is
Mac
horrible.
is.
No one's gonna agree with this. You realize
If I could
I
put,
am
like,
the
an
soft
image.
dad.
Yeah.
Coming from my son in a beanie.
You
You look like you tried to start skating and you couldn't.
Whoa,
correct,
okay, so
because
Mac's
of my
the kind
old
of father
bones.
that claps back. Well,
Never mind.
Gross.
Mac, we're doing gentle parenting. We're doing gentle parenting for our
This
child
is the
Ashley.
Chosen Family Podcast.
Oh, sorry. Hi,
We're
everybody.
your chosen family. We'll answer a question from our Patreon every week. We haven't fully decided this, but it feels like that's the direction we're going at this moment. So go sign up, patreon.com/Chosen Family Podcast, and we will read your question, and we will act like you're at our family dinner table, and we love you because we're gay, and your family's not gay.
How
I
dare you
do a good
assume that
job?
my family is gay?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I can't
Sure.
believe you would
in
assume
the
that about.
in the comments. Why wasn't this made specifically for me and my perspective?
Oh, no.
All
Are
right.
we getting jaded already? Like, we're 12
jaded.
episodes in, and we're, like, angry.
We're jaded.
What is jaded?
Jaded is, like, when you're, like, tired of it. You're preemptively frustrated
Oh.
based on past experience.
You've been ruined.
Yeah.
See, jaded for me is watching Victorious and seeing Jade and realizing you're a lesbian. That's my
not-
generation's
it's not what it
jaded.
means.
You've been
I
jaded.
taught Victoria Justice how to code.
Sorry?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
we talked over each other. What was that?
I taught Victoria Justice how to code.
She can code?
Not really. So
Where were you when I was in my coding class like 3 years ago and just losing my mind, just dying? I really could have
I
used
was-
you.
doing open mics. I was on a Carnival cruise performing for straight
Ashley was
people.
becoming jaded.
I was becoming jaded. No, I was jaded. I'm actually the least jaded I've been in my career. This has been exciting. I mean, the YouTube comments like drive me fully insane. But
Yes.
Yeah.
besides
pretty
that,
much.
I feel like I'm pretty excited about things.
Oh, wait.
I-
Speaking of, what's your announcement?
Oh,
Story.
yes.
Yeah, you had something
My
big and
big
exciting. You wanted to
updates.
wait until we were recording.
I got high for the first time in my whole life last night. If you would
Okay.
like
Just
to
last
hear the
night?
Story.
High
Just
on
last
what?
night. The marijuana.
You did
The first time in
marijuana.
your life.
I did.
I am
marijuana
totally
last night.
sober. I've never had any drugs because alcoholism and addiction runs in my family. So I always abstained. But as you guys know, I'm having this chronic pain. And it's Hail Mary pastime. Like, Ashley's not sleeping well. So I was like, fuck it. People use this for pain all the time. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So I did edibles on Saturday night, and they did not get me high. And when I tell you that I did so many edibles, I did so many edibles because I did that classic thing that you're not supposed to do where you have something, you don't get high, and so you have more. But the thing is, I waited probably 2.5 hours before I took another. I waited a long time, and I didn't get high, which can happen to you, apparently,
Yeah.
the first time
Oh, okay.
you don't get high. So I fully felt that I was a marvel of science.
Of course you did.
You're immune.
So rather than going back and doing it slow the second time, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to take the whole 10 milligrams. So I took the whole 10 milligrams.
Wait, 10, is that not like a very large amount?
Oh, it's large.
I think.
Like that's an I don't do anything in that realm, so I'm not totally sure, but is that
Yeah.
not like a very large
Oh, are you
amount?
sober? Are you sober too, Mac?
Yeah.
You don't do any weed or anything?
No, I
drink?
mean like sometimes I'll have like 3 sips of beer, but that's pretty much.
You don't drink at all? Oh,
I mean, I'll have like
I didn't
3
know
sips
you
of beer.
took
I
after
don't
your
I don't
father.
actively abstain from alcohol, but like I also don't really I don't drink. I just don't care to. It makes me feel like
Oh.
crap and I don't
Wow.
enjoy it.
Oh, I feel so seen. Okay, I
Just
never
following
met
in your
anyone
footsteps,
like
Dad.
me. Well, anyway,
Aw.
so that's very exciting. So I went and I did the full 10 milligrams, waited about an hour and a half. Main came over. This is a funny story. Main came over. We were sharing Ben and Jerry's. So we're going back and forth with the ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like she takes some, I take some. My sister, I called my sister to be like, what does high feel like? So I know when it happens. Because I was like, I don't think
Interesting.
I felt high last night. So I
Yeah.
need to know what it is because I've never felt it before in my whole
Yeah.
life.
It's really cute. This whole thing
So-
is really cute.
She explained it to me. So then
That's like
she was
asking someone. That's like before you've ever had an orgasm. You're like asking your friends, like, "How will I know? Like, how will I know when it happens?" And it's like, you'll know. You'll know.
So yeah. So, and that's what I figured. But like, it was weird that I wasn't getting high, and I took like 25 milligrams, and I felt nothing. So then, yeah, totally. And then, so we're sharing. So my sister said to me, one of the things is time is going to feel different to you. Like you'll experience time differently. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So and a bunch of other things. So we're eating the ice cream. I pass it to Main. Main's eating it. And of course, I want it back. You always want it back. And I felt like, God, she's had it for so long. Like, give me the fucking ice cream. So I asked for it. And then I looked in the ice cream. And I saw it was about the same as when I last had it. So I thought to myself, oh, is time slowing down? So I turned to Main and I said, how long were you eating this? That's how I said it. I said, how long were you eating this? Because I was in shock. Because I was
Ice
in
cream
shock.
consumption clock.
Well, so for me, it was about feeling high, but for her, I was like kind of fat shaming her a little bit by accident because I was like, and so she looked at me and she started laughing immediately and I was like, no, I didn't mean it that way. And then I started laughing. Yeah. And then when I started laughing, something unlocked the weed in my brain. Yep. Because I don't know what it is about laughing, but really joyfully laughing sort of feels like you're so present, like you're not thinking about other things. In a way, it's like a micro high. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
And then I felt my fucking brain explode, dude. Oh my God, man.
This is so
what
cute.
the fuck?
This is so cute.
And then I started laughing. I laughed so hard I thought I was going to throw up. I've never laughed like that in my entire life. Nothing is funny compared to being high. Why does anyone do what I do? There's no point. Nothing.
Well, this explains the beanie today. And the
You
duding.
really do look like a teenage.
And
this is
the
exactly
duding.
why.
Sorry if that story took forever. I don't know if it was funny at all.
Time is
still
cute,
slowed down
Ashley.
for you. You're still in high
I
time.
feel hungover. Like I feel like
I was gonna ask if you feel anything today.
I feel just still a little foggy, and not as anxious. Today, but I don't think I'll ever do it again in my life because I loved it too much. I loved that too much. I have a very addictive personality, and I still had pain.
Okay, right. So it did.
That was the worst part. I got into bed. I was like, my fucking hip. But you know what was funny about it? It took like the edge off of it. So I didn't have like when you have chronic pain, you create like a story. Yes, the emotional narrative reaction. Which you try to condemn. My brain was totally. I was so zooted. I did not have any space for any kind of storytelling.
Zooted?
I was zooted.
Your vocabulary really expanded last night.
Changed your whole
Ashley does
personality.
weed once, wakes up,
And
puts on
is
beanie.
now baby.
Dude, zooted.
Yeah. You and Ashley, Mac and Ashley, you have completely swapped roles. Like
This is
officially,
a role reversal today.
Yes,
Mom.
this is.
Mom, Dad.
Sorry, son, you what? You
I did.
zooted?
I did weed. I did the gummies.
I did weed last night.
I did it
I
for the
became
first time.
zooted, Dad.
I am zooted. I identify as zooted.
Son, that hat is falling off your head. Pull it down over your ears. This is ridiculous.
I know. It looks better like the other way.
Oh, wow.
I like a tall beanie. Can I
Sorry.
call myself sober still?
Absolutely.
I would say so.
Yeah, absolutely. Even for folks, like there are folks who struggle with addiction and they have sobriety journeys, and like just because somebody relapses or just because somebody has one experience or whatever, I don't think that takes away from your overall identity as like sober, or your overall sobriety.
I think if I do it again, I'm going to work with like a doctor to get the correct type of.
Well, this is what I was going to
reduction
ask. Is like,
I go to the doctor
do you know,
today.
Do you know the THC CBD breakdown of what you had?
It was just pure THC. Pure.
Oh, well, that's why. Okay, so it's CBD that helps with pain, and it's THC that gets you high. So you did the opposite.
People have no. People have different reactions to different things because I take CBD and it doesn't do anything. So it like relaxes
Right. So
me.
you
but
were
it doesn't-
experimenting with the other side. Gotcha.
Yeah. But honestly, it might be a combination thing. You know, like everyone's going to have comments about this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Listener,
Good for
write
engagement.
in. What do you think of Pitbull? What type of weed should I be smoking? Let us know. I don't know. You guys have any updates before we jump into
Are you
questions?
zooted off anything, Alayna?
Yeah, you zooted right now?
No, it's interesting, like, how different we've kind of now just gone into the conversation of like alcohol, drugs, our personal relationships to those things. And I can say, like, with weed, I don't like it. And, like, I have tried to like it. Like, when I say, like, I've given it years of a shot.
I've been high for years.
Why do you wanna
and
like
I
it
don't
so bad?
like it.
Well, okay, so this is what I just realized. Like, while I'm sitting here thinking about this and, like, listening to Ashley's story, I'm like, is this just another version of me, like, being so ingrained that I'm supposed to like something that I'm, like, trying to convince myself I do, and I'll spend years, like, putting myself through suffering to
Is it
try and
because
like
you're so granola that you feel like you have to like this? Like, you
it's-
rock climb, you go outside, you're very nature, like, you meditate, you're like, I have to.
No,
like
I'm saying,
weed.
like, since I went gay, I have not, like, I have pretty much let it go. But, like, pre that, I tried, and I just never, I don't like it. And it's specifically, Ashley, the like, time stuff that you're talking about
Yeah.
really freaks me out. Like,
Yeah.
I get that. Have you ever heard of derealization or depersonalization?
Yes.
I get that when I get high. So it's not a comfy, nice feeling. I feel incredibly anxious. Like, I don't know how I can't tell how fast time is passing.
I'm
I
the
can't-
exact same way.
I can't keep track of conversations. I can't keep
Yeah.
track of what's happening. The only nice thing is, like, the laughter, right? Like, things are hilarious, and when
Yeah.
when you're in a giggle fit, great. But, like, other than that, I don't know. So
I've
no,
never
I
even
don't.
gotten to the point of laughter. I got high one time in high school, and it was, like, the worst experience of my life, and I'll never, ever do it again. I hated it. It's the same as what
because
you're saying. That, like, weird out of control feeling, like,
Yes.
everything is just... it's hard to process anything that's going on.
And it's, like, not in a nice way, personally. I knew a lot of people who really enjoyed it. So then, like, I was hanging out with people who really enjoyed it. So then I thought, what am I doing wrong? So I would try different THC, CBD, or, like, try it with different people, different environments, by myself, like, trying to figure out, if I just can do it right, then I'll like it. When it's like, or maybe I just don't like
Maybe you don't
being
like it.
high. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
you
have
do
to.
feel like what you were saying. You do feel like out of control. Like,
Yeah.
and I know that could not possibly be pleasant for you, mommy.
Absolutely, that's exactly the problem. Like, it's like yeah, no, it's not for me. It makes me so anxious.
Yeah. It also, like, took me to, like, really, it felt like a therapy session for me. I was so emotional. I would laugh, and then I would cry, and then I would laugh again, and then I would cry again. I think one of the funny things I said to I said to her, I know you're probably concerned right now, but you don't have to be, I think is what I said during one of my laughing, crying fits.
You're like, this is actually a really transformative moment. I'm going through
Yeah,
something
it
beautiful.
was wild. It was like a therapy session. It was nuts. I was like, trauma is stored in the body, and I just found it. I've been digging through. Yeah, it was crazy. It was really insane. I don't think I will ever do it again.
Like, I think this is a really interesting subject, and especially I've been seeing more and more conversation around substances. Like, you know, not just weed, but also around alcohol. I feel like more than I've seen in, like, in mainstream media and, like, on YouTube and kind of I feel like I'm seeing more and more conversation around alcohol and, like, its prevalence in society and people's relationship to it. And so I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm curious
I
about
don't feel like I have a need for it. Like, when I would partake in drinking probably more frequently was, like, late high school, early college years, where I feel like a lot of kids do, which, like, don't drink if you're underage, obviously, but those experiences, I just never had a good time. It was always me trying to force myself to fit in with people that I didn't really fit in with, and, like, these were the people that I called my friends. So I was like, I'm
Yep.
going to drink to
I relate to this
have
so
a better
hard,
time
Dad.
with them. Yeah.
Thank-
but like
thank you for
at the end of the
sharing
day, when I grew up and kind of dropped out of college and started following what I wanted to do
Wait.
and everything.
Dad,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
didn't know
son.
you dropped out of college.
Yeah.
You actually didn't
No.
know that?
And look
I
at him
didn't
now.
know that.
It got to a point where the last semester that I was in school, it was
So
like,
why are you making me take my SATs?
son,
Do as I
because
say,
it's
not
different
as
for
I
us.
do.
I don't want to
Yes.
do it. You dropped out with one semester left?
No. I had 2 or 3 semesters left. But the last
Okay.
semester that I was actively enrolled in school, social media was like really picking up, and I was just like drowning. And
Yeah.
I was in school for film, which if you're going to school for a major that you don't have to go to school for, maybe think about it before you like spend a lot of money on it. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
say.
I'm already doing the thing that I'm supposed
Not
to
to say that
studying.
they're not useful, but a
No.
lot of the time I think people are just scared to go ahead and try to hop into their career field and
Yes,
just
I
make
agree.
things. And
It,
so
and
they
it depends what you want
go
to
through
do.
university.
Like,
Yes.
film school can be very helpful, especially if you're going to like a proper film school. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like where you
Yes.
get a little more hands-on type. Of,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But it was coming down to the point where it was like, do I want to go to this exam or do I want to fly out to LA and shoot with this company and do this thing for social media that I'm going to like make a lot of money and meet people and progress all of it. And when it came down to deciding whether I wanted to continue my education or just jump into my field, like I was like, I'm going to jump into my field. Like I don't want to spend any more money on it and just do it. And it's worked out really well for me. But I think everyone's really individual.
Well, and you
in
can
that.
always
have
go
to make the
back to
choice for yourself.
school. Like that's school
Yes.
will always be there. You can always go back. You have opportunity
Absolutely.
now. Like why not take that
Absolutely.
opportunity?
Okay, I'm gonna drop out. Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna drop out of school. I'm dropping out, and you guys should drop out too.
Listener, right
Every
now, have you
listener.
dropped out?
Drop out of school.
Did
Get
you drop
high.
out during
Get
this episode?
zooted. Get absolutely on another fucking planet and drop out of school. That I sincerely mean that. I, Ashley Gavin, hereby certify that you should get high and drop out of school.
Oh,
She's putting her
God.
name on that. She
Wow.
is fully endorsing.
Okay.
That is a full non-satirical endorsement.
What were we
Oh, God.
talking
Wow,
about
we're
before all
doubling down.
this?
Alcohol.
I don't know.
You said
Oh.
you said that you drank in high school and college.
Oh, yeah.
And then you dropped out.
After I dropped out and started doing things I wanted, everybody that I like being around, I don't need to drink around. My friends, like, we have very similar interests. My girlfriend and me don't really drink. My sister will drink, but I don't need to be drunk around her, obviously. And it's just not something I enjoy. I feel like shit the next day. I'm, like,
Yeah.
not a wellness freak, but it's something I enjoy to, like, really take care of myself. And
Yeah.
I just don't like it. Like, I don't. And honestly, like, a lot of the time you have weird experiences when you are very much under the influence.
Oh yeah. It was
Oh,
a weird
yeah.
experience for sure. I also love you being like, I take care of myself. It's so hard to hear you say that when I know you're gonna be in a little crop top and your abs are gonna be poking out later and you're gonna be fucking flipping your hair and
I'm really into
I take care of
wellness.
my-
I don't know, guys.
I just love feeling good in my body.
I love
my
to
temple.
feel good. Oh, yeah. Gotta respect my body. I can't be trapped in this clothing.
Should we go to some questions?
Sure.
Good, yeah.
How do I affirm my queerness when I'm mostly surrounded by straight people? Get away. Run.
The internet? That's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good answer. Like a good short answer would be the internet, right?
Well, also, like why?
That's what I was kind of wondering if you're going to say what I think you're going to say.
I feel like I'm on the same train.
Why is
Your
everyone around you
queerness-
straight?
Oh, that's
Like,
not
why?
what I was going to say.
Oh, that's
at
where
all.
I was going to.
That's what I was gonna
I was
say.
like, why are you hanging out with so many straight
Like,
people?
there's nothing wrong with straight people.
course
I
not,
know
but,
we
like-
accept straight people in
Guys,
today's
I have
day
to
and
cut, I have to
lifestyle.
turn this off. I have to turn this off. I'm sorry. I have to stop.
Actually-
recording. we cannot offend the straights. We cannot offend them. No, I'm messing around. I think okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna go a different direction than you guys. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, surround yourself with more queer people.
Yeah.
I think your queerness is probably, if anything, more queer in front of these straight people. Like,
That's true.
That is a really good
That's
point.
a really
Think of
good
that.
point.
just let yourself be fucking gay, dude. Just like, don't worry about these. If these are the types of people that you feel like you're not now, we don't know what this person, it's a vague question, right? Is it like,
it is vague.
I don't feel like, the one possibility is that she or he or they do not feel that they can be full queer versions of themselves in front of these straight people. And if that is the case, then fuck these people. Like, unless you're 15 and you're talking about your family and you can't get away from them. But like, if you look at the way I look right now, when I hang out with my straight friends, I'm still this human being. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think you want to be around people who affirm who you are, no matter whether they're straight or gay.
I agree.
I don't know.
Have you guys ever had like? Oh, go ahead, Alayna. Because
No,
mine's kind of like a bar off. So.
Okay.
We love a bar off because it kills time.
bar off.
We also love a
Sidebar?
bar off when we're getting zooted.
Is that what I meant?
I think you meant
We're having
sidebar.
Sorry, I dropped out of college.
I'm high right now.
It's a bar off. Who's going to be the most bar?
I think that like what you said is really something interesting to think about in terms of being around straight people. Actually, like adds to your queerness because you're whatever. I think that could go both ways. Where if you're surrounded by queer people who accept and affirm you, like you said, and have like curiosity about your life and your experiences, that would feel like affirming to my queerness. It's like, oh, I'm queer. Here's me sharing about my queer experience in a supportive, positive environment. If it was the other way where your queerness kind of maybe made there was like a bit of discomfort or like not sure how to tackle it, then the queerness would feel othering, right? Like it wouldn't feel like a good affirming experience. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't really have a point, just that that's it. I had never thought about it like that before.
What was your sidebar? I think I
Your
had a
bar off.
feeling where you were going, but now I've forgotten.
Mine's like
Zooted.
lightly disconnected from this, but this question just reminded me of it. Have you guys ever had I've talked about this a little bit on my TikTok page, but when you come out and then you're hanging out with a group of guys and they try to include you in their culture by forgetting
Talking
that
about
you're
women.
also
Talking
a
about
woman.
women.
And
Yes.
like they
Yes.
think that they think that you guys have common ground in objectifying women.
Yeah.
I think is what I'm trying to say. And they
see,
try
my
to build off that.
My guy friends don't objectify women because I'm older. And
Oh, I'm
if
not
they
friends
did-
with these guys anymore.
Yeah. If I think
But-
men know that I'm gonna be like, shut up.
Get him, Ashley.
I haven't, since I have come out, I don't think I've been around men.
Alayna, we're trying to make the straights feel safe here.
I honestly think you have every right to never speak to a man again.
I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, there's a couple dads. I got a couple
done your
dads in my
time.
life, some uncles,
She
some
did
boy,
her
a
due
couple,
diligence. She's
a
done.
boyfriend or two. I'm like, I don't think.
Honestly, you as a
That's
gay
too
woman
good.
have done more for the straight community than any other gay woman. You've done more for straights than Ellen, and that's saying a lot. Because
That says
Ellen
a
did a
lot.
lot for straights.
Did you just? Whoa. Okay.
She did. Ellen
let that sink
basically single-handedly.
No, I just can't believe you just compared
know young-
my impact to Ellen's impact. That sounds
Well, yeah. Well, there's
insane.
also there's always two ways to take Ellen's impact, which I think is
Absolutely.
really funny because everyone hates her now. But the reality is that I don't think Gen Z fully understands how much Ellen did for gay people.
No, absolutely.
Like, insane.
I don't even think I understand how much Ellen did for gay people.
So the way
It's unparalleled.
she came out in her sitcom, so she had a hit sitcom.
I remember this. Yeah.
She came out and they had to cancel it because even though it was critically acclaimed and everyone was like, this is an incredible show, the coming out was incredible, no one wanted to watch it anymore because she was gay. And
Wow.
she was like OG canceled, and she didn't work
Yeah.
for a really long time. Like, she didn't work at all. And then she came
Yeah,
back
like
and did the talk
blacklisted.
show, and every woman in America, every stay-at-home mom was like, oh, I love Ellen. Oh, I love Ellen and the dancing. And then we got gay marriage. And I think
Yeah.
those two were related. I really do.
Wow.
No, I am with you. Like,
Yeah.
she might be an ass, but like what
Yeah.
she did is, it's hard to understand it when you look at it through like where we're at today in terms of
I know.
acceptance.
It's really
hard
crazy.
to understand the not just the risk, but the consequence that she faced for being openly gay.
Yeah, I mean, more than anybody.
Do you guys want to hear a sad story
about Ellen?
Maybe.
about gay marriage
Uh-oh.
and me?
Uh-oh.
The fact that
you don't believe in it?
last week your engagement was a lie?
No, it was the story of when I discovered that gay marriage was legalized.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
Oh.
But it's kind of sad. I was on the way home from my grandparents' house with my family, and we were driving home. And it's like a 10-hour drive, which is awful in itself. And we found out in the car, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And my dad just started like shitting on it and like talking about how horrible it was. And I was just stuck in this car listening to my dad trash. When Obama got elected, my dad told me that like the world was gonna end. I cried when Obama got elected because I was so young and I was so scared because I was like, oh my god, the world.
What was
is really
his
gonna end.
explanation about Obama ending?
You don't explain
America?
things to a 5th grader.
It's
You just say
like,
this is
so-
what's gonna happen, and you go, oh my god, that's what's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
My
did
dad
he act
said-
that way when Bill Clinton got elected? That
She
the
I don't
world was
remember.
gonna end?
How would Mac know that?
I don't know. I'd just like to ask him. Do you ever check back in with a Republican? I like the idea of checking back in with a Republican because like when you watch Fox News, like every fucking week, there's some earth-shattering, horrible thing that's happened. Like
Fox
Obama
News
gets
is mind.
it's mind-blowing. It's crazy. But do you ever feel like
wait.
being like, because I always want to be like, hey, whatever happened with that caravan you said was going to ruin America? Did they ever come?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, or like,
Right,
oh yeah,
yeah.
look, like Obama became president. Like, what was the negative outcome that you think was associated with that? That's a little
Yeah.
vaguer because you can blame anything on the president. But the caravan, or
Yeah.
just like, you know, drag shows a year from now, they're going to be on something else
Yeah,
a year from now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the idea of checking back in with a Republican. Honestly, that could be
Can
something
we
that
get
I
your
do.
dad on the podcast, Mac?
you know the
I would
Karamo
love to have
show
your father on that.
with like Karamo?
Yeah.
They
I've
tried to
watched
get
it.
me and my dad to come on the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's
I
the-
had like
what
a
is that?
meeting with the producers last August. It's Karamo from the Queer Eye from Queer Eye.
Yeah, Queer Eye.
Oh. Okay.
And he has a talk show now, and he basically is like, he tries to repair relationships and stuff. It's really cool, but he tried to get me and my dad to come on.
And you were like irreparable.
Well, listen, here's the thing, and this might be like a part of me that's still kind of toxically attached to him because he's my dad, but this man is he's old and he's set in his ways and he's conservative, and like when it happened, the idea of, I didn't want to do it regardless, but the idea of putting my dad on a show where he would be like the butt of this joke because of the beliefs that he was raised in, you know, like
Right.
I can't help but have sympathy for him because I know that he says things to me that aren't ideal about me being gay and my girlfriend and all of this stuff.
Not
but
ideal is the kindest way I've ever heard that.
yeah, but there is sympathy there because it's just how he was raised, and it's in the religion that he finds peace in, and I know it's not right, but it's the idea of that just absolutely like broke
Yeah, you're
my
like,
heart.
I don't want to
couldn't
villainize
even-
this man
No,
publicly.
I don't.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I say this a lot too about coming out. You have to remember that while they are wrong, your parents have a belief system that they're genuinely worried about you. They're
Yes.
like grieving in a way. They're like, it's like really powerful what they're, again, not as much as what you're going through, but like
Right.
it is really powerful what they're feeling, and it, for your own sake, to have an understanding of that before you go through a coming out process is really important, because you got kind of have to manage your expectations, because
Absolutely.
it's going to take time. It's going to like be a process. Should we go back to talking about affirming queerness, or should we stay in this area?
Wow.
But we could just do a different question. I think we kind of answered the.
Yeah, I feel like we did. We just barred off
we
quite a bit.
sidebarred.
Well, I will say that like you should look into finding like meetup groups, community, your local LGBT. If it's if it's an issue of loneliness, of not feeling understood, then you kind of do have to be proactive. You know, get on the dating apps looking for friends. People do that
Yeah.
all the time.
Meetup, meetup.com.
Meetup is great. Look, and you're queer, volunteer at your local LGBTQ center.
Hell
You
yeah.
will
That's how
meet
I made
other-
some of my best friends I have now.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't do
I have to
that.
burp, so I'm gonna mute my mic.
Thank you.
Next time, will you leave it on, Dad? I miss
Absolutely
your
not.
burps.
I won't.
I'm zooted over here, so they're funny.
I don't want your mother to divorce me, son.
Yeah, I'm on dad number 2 here. My previous dad was my son now, so I want this one to work.
I found another question.
Let's do it.
Do you think using the terms masc or femme actually instills gender stereotypes and puts us in a box?
Yeah, I mean, language is a prison.
Wow.
No, but you're right. Inherently, like
That's how I felt when
inherently-
you said zooted earlier.
Imprisoned. Inherently, labels are constricting. Inherently.
Yeah.
But does that mean that they're a bad thing? I don't know. But hey, give it 10 years and people might look back at us saying masc and femme and be like, that's offensive.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? Like
Wow.
maybe that's the
I'm gonna
next
be so
conversation.
canceled.
Maybe that's the next conversation that people are having is like, wait, masc and femme, do we need that differentiation?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things where, like, you could nitpick and be like, yes, technically, if gender doesn't exist, these things don't make any sense and are, not helpful. But the reality is that's not, they are currently...
It's a descriptor.
Yes, they are currently useful. Like, for example, in describing myself and the type of woman that I'm interested in, I find those words helpful for my vocabulary.
Right.
If I then found out that a person was not cool with me using those words to describe them, I would, change it up.
Yeah.
But I don't think... I gotta put it out there. I think as queer people, we can be really hard on one another when it
Absolutely.
is about stuff like this. And I feel like I occasionally get, pushback on some of the words. And it's like, we have to remember we are 20 million steps ahead of the straight community.
Hey, we can't alienate the straight people, Ashley.
They don't even know the words masc and femme. Like, they don't even know those terms.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Okay, how about this? Maybe instead of looking at masc and femme being like, is this playing into gender stereotypes? Is this playing into gender roles? Maybe we're doing the opposite and breaking them. Like maybe instead of, maybe we're claiming masculinity and claiming femininity in a new way that is outside of gender roles.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Like, because we're deciding it for ourselves, it's not
Yes.
it's not a prison. As
Yes,
Ashley
and it's
would
not
say.
based on our gender. You are not masc
Yes.
because you identify as a man. Those two things are not
Right, exactly.
a given.
I
You're
love
not
that.
a
Yeah.
femme
Yeah.
because you identify as a woman. Yeah, like you said, Mac, we're choosing it, and we're also choosing our roles in our relationships. We're
Yeah.
choosing the things that we enjoy doing, the things that we enjoy receiving.
Absolutely. I feel empowered like when I call myself a masc.
Yeah,
I
I feel empowered being femme. It makes
I could
me
see
feel
it being
cozy.
an
I
issue
like
if you
it.
picked a label that wasn't true to who you were, but I'm trying to understand a problem in it maybe, and I think I'm having trouble with it because for me it's been so affirming to be able to identify myself that way.
I think
like
it's
what you're
sometimes
saying.
because it comes with gender roles.
Yeah.
Like when you're a
Gotcha.
masc lesbian, you hold the door open for
Yes.
your
Yeah,
femme.
you pay.
Gotcha.
You are
Yeah,
the one
Listen,
that buys
I'm the little
flowers.
spoon though. I don't play by that game.
Exactly. So that's what exactly. I think that's
Yeah.
where it's like maybe it's not. I think it's the opposite. It could be the opposite of a problem.
Yeah.
If it's forcing you into a gender role or into a role at all that you don't want to be in, then yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But I don't think the problem is the term.
There's no problem. God intended for masc lesbians to date femme lesbians, and that is the Lord's will.
and for the
that,
femmes to spoon the masks.
yes, that's the only
part.
time where it's okay to flip. That's it.
Yes.
For spooning, because we're tired. We're zooted. We need to be baby
We're
too.
so zooted.
Ashley is so like this is literally like 17-year-old boy like smokes weed for the first time and he's like, guys, I need to tell you all about my trip.
I was so high though. You don't
This is
understand.
like your new identity.
Dude, you were zooted.
Dude.
Dude. When you say dude, I need you to like really push your eyebrows up and just make your eyes as wide.
Dude.
Yes.
I can't go that wide because I'm zooted.
Because she's suited.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Why are they still not
Okay.
wide? That's crazy.
Should I look for another one?
Yeah, I think we can do one
more?
more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Guys, I have a flight on Wednesday and I'm like shitting myself.
Flight to where?
It's Colorado.
What's in Colorado?
Me and my girlfriend are celebrating
Weed.
our 1 year.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, the weed.
Wait,
hate
what's
flying.
in Colorado? I know, me too.
Zooted is in Colorado.
I'm
You
with
hate flying too?
Oh my god, I hate it.
It's the
Really?
worst. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I hate it actually.
I have to medicate.
You medicate?
I do.
You get
I
zooted?
do. I get suited.
She gets suited.
I've been prescribed medication for years for flying. And for a few years, I stopped taking it because I was like, I can do this on my own. But then
That's me.
recently, I was on a flight, and it was like a longer flight. I was really having a hard time. I was having anxiety attacks. So I was like, oh, I'll just take the medication. And it helped so much. And I was
Yes,
like, why am
that's
I
why it
doing this to
exists.
myself? Every flight, I'm like white knuckling it. Why? To be a hero? Like, I don't need to.
You're
like,
my hero, Mom.
who am I being a hero for? Like, just
World's
take your
best
meds.
mom.
You can't call
You're
me
my
out like
hero.
this at the end of the episode.
Mom, you're my hero.
Oh my god, thank you,
Yeah.
son.
I'm proud of
child.
you.
Can I ask just like a really chill one? This is just like a kind of
Yeah.
a cute.
Yeah, we're
one.
at the end of the episode, so.
Do you guys want kids?
I do want kids. I would ideally 2. I mean, we'll see how life goes. We'll see. It's one of those things you can't really. I don't know. You can't say like, yes, this is what I'm gonna have, and this is how many I'm gonna have. You don't know.
As lesbians, we never know when we're gonna get pregnant. That
God,
could
no,
just
but
happen.
like, oh no, you just never know. But I hope so. I would like to have kids. You guys?
Despite what you think of me, I have a maternal instinct, okay?
Yeah.
And
That tracks.
I do want to have kids. My only thing is that I want
The state
to
of
be
the earth.
I very much worry about the state of the earth and what I'm bringing my children into. But also I worry about money because I want to be a stand-up comedian that lives in New York. So I really have to get super financially prepared for that. So I was going through the process of freezing my eggs before the pandemic, but the pandemic interrupted it. And I haven't restarted that process. But I need to because it's going to be a while. So I'm probably going to be in my 40s when I have kids. So I should get the eggs all just get the fresh eggs out. Make sure they stay
Yeah.
fresh. Keep them fresh in the fridge. Good old baker's dozen
Fresh
in there.
eggs.
Gotta have
No,
those
it's
fresh
true.
eggs.
Yeah. I think
And,
that's lots of queer women.
Yeah.
that.
So we'll do that. And I think I would like to both carry and also watch my partner carry. I think that'd be cool.
Wow.
What about you, Mac? Do you want to have kids?
I don't know, like maybe, but also I'm just obsessed with my girlfriend and I would be totally fine just chilling with her for the rest of my life.
Well,
very
and
much.
I know I feel like I ask you
cool.
this every friggin' episodes, but you're like 23, right? 22, 23?
Yeah, I'm kind of a baby.
23. It's hard to, like, when you're 23, who knows?
I don't want her to give birth though.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will throw hands and everybody's gonna be like, Mac, that's so toxic. You can't control your wife's body. I can tell her my opinions. What if she dies in childbirth?
That's what you're worried about?
I
Mac
watched
is
Star
worried
Wars
about her
every
health.
day as
Yeah.
a kid. Revenge
Mac
of the Sith
has-
was my shit. If she died in first of all, my girlfriend is 4'11". She is small.
She's
like,
little.
this was a fear before I had a small girlfriend. If she died in childbirth, you guys, how could I? Okay, this
I
is
love
gonna
the
get
idea
dark.
of what are small girlfriend fears? Small girlfriend fears. I'm going to lose her under the couch. Where's the
Losing her
remote
in a
and where is my girlfriend? I cannot find them.
There was that trend on TikTok a while
Small
ago. It was
girlfriend
like,
fears.
would you choose me in a room full of people? And I like sent it to her and I was like, no, I probably wouldn't be able to see you, honestly.
But, like, what if you died in childbirth?
Yeah, what if you die?
I'm
in
not
childbirth?
giving birth.
Wait.
Oh, are you guys adopting? Is that the idea? Or like
I
there's
would
a
like to
surrogate?
adopt. That would be
Oh.
Okay.
ideal
See,
for me.
in a different episode, you had said that you wanted to carry, so she didn't have to carry. So I thought.
Oh,
that's
fully
where you were
kidding,
headed.
probably. I'm
Okay.
That might have been
childbirth
me.
just really scares me,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
altogether.
thank you guys for listening. If you want
Thank you so much.
get a bonus episode, go to patreon.com/chosenfamilypod.
Cast.
If you want to submit a question, you can also do that by becoming a patron. So go
on
do
our
it.
Discord. We have a private Discord server where everyone's in there chatting
Yes.
and asking questions for us to answer on these episodes.
So go do that.
And I love you so much.
We love you.
Yes. Thank you for choosing us. We choose you.
What do you guys want to plug?
Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube at INGEMI on all of them, MAKINGEMI. My short film is probably out by the time that this podcast episode drops, so
There
go
you
watch
go.
that on my YouTube channel.
I'm at Miss Fender with 2 R's, Alayna Joy on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. My main, most fun thing that I never really talk about, but that I do is over on my Patreon, where I have Patreon exclusive pins. So, they're pins of my cat. And I send them to all my patrons once a year, and everybody who signs up at the $10 and higher level. And it's really fun because I get different designers to make the pins and
That's super cool.
send them out to you guys. So
They are good looking pins.
they're so cute,
I've seen them.
and
They're
I
really
feel like I
good.
don't talk about it enough.
You should. And then just please come see me on tour. Please, for the love of fucking God. I'll text you when I'm in your city. Just go to ashleygavin.com, put in your phone number, your zip code, or your country, and I will text you when I'm in your city. Okay? All right.
All right.
Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mak INGEMI. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Mariah Nicholas. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boehm.
Forever.